Last time on Sailing on a Whim, Chris and I got ready to take our offshore course by heading up north, but we did a little sightseeing before we went. On this episode, we actually take our course and complete our ASA 103 and 104 on Lake Superior and have a blast doing it. Stay tuned.
That's fantastic.
It's a personal development show.
Good morning.
Hey.
Did you get your coffee?
No. Did they get coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're just getting our day started here. This is our first day of classes, so we're excited. We are going to run up to the clubhouse because we all need coffee really bad. So we're gonna go do that. And Carrie already went to the Storm Provision this morning, so she is an angel. And then we're gonna come back to the boat and have a meeting and see what's up. Yes, those are amazing.
Well, I don't have those on yet. I have socks that are equally provocative.
Look at that.
So what time do you want to get started?
Well,
we're past our...
For beginner sailors, taking the ASA 103 and 104 course is a great start. It really gives you all the basic knowledge you need to charter a boat and take it out for a weekend or a week with your friends or family. That's what I loved about it. It also gives you a hands-on experience taking the boat out, docking the boat, anchoring the boat, spending an overnight on the boat, provisioning a boat, everything you need to know if you want to start sailing. I just think it's a great course. We'd already been studying for a couple weeks, so it's time to do some review and take the test before we got out on the boat.
Yes, John.
Just took the first test. I think I did pretty well. I'm hoping I did pretty well. Okay, Kev,
Cool.
how'd you do on your test?
84 plus 2, maybe 86.
So, you passed?
I passed.
Bam! Krista, what'd you get?
I got 100%.
Bam!
100% club. Woo!
You got 100%?
Woo!
And Dan got 100%. Minus, I just put in the wrong number.
That
But
means not 100%. That means 99.
I knew the answer, and I anyway. Switch it over to the left, and then you pump it a few times to fill it with a little water. Do your business, switch it back, pump it, and that pumps it out. Correct?
So left is wet, right is dry.
So, and is there a specific order you do it? You pump it wet first?
You're cleaning the head, I don't care how you do it.
Well, we've been sailing all summer, but this is the first time that we really got a chance to go in detail into a sailboat. Tom was great about showing us the electronics of the boat, how the engine works, how the head works, obviously, and all the other systems on the boat, and answered a lot of our questions, and that's really what a good instructor should do.
You gotta be careful with this.
You run your motor for an hour and charge up your battery.
Yep.
Well, you do that
That goes to the
anyway.
alternator.
Yeah.
That's done with an alternator, and that's all direct current. But an inverter then would allow you to run like an AC refrigeration unit
Yep.
or your hair dryer or something like that. So
Is that all for?
which one's open and which one's closed?
The head is closed, the sink is closed, and the maceration is open.
There's
Opposite
There's
is
two-
it?
Two are open and
Two
one's
are- oh,
closed.
sorry, yeah.
three straight up.
Yeah.
Right. AC panels on here. Look, this is your voltage here. That's your amperage over there. So you got a forward water tank, you got a port water tank, and you got a starboard water tank. And the starboard water
What you
tank
start to
right
learn
here.
is that boats are really amazing things. They're basically like a floating apartment. There's bathrooms, there's kitchens, there's bedrooms, there's an electrical system, and they all just run a little bit differently than they do at your house.
So I got tape on it. Don't use it. You want to inspect your belts when you're going to operate an engine.
Okay.
If you're thinking about sailing, I definitely recommend trying to get on as many boats as possible and see how they work and how the systems work. The experience was invaluable for us.
Cool. So it's
So as you start sailing, you'll realize everything depends on the weather, and it turned really nasty cold and rainy that afternoon, so I decided to head into Bayfield, just check out the town shops and grab some lunch. Bayfield ended up just being the coolest little town. Every shop, every restaurant we went to just had its own personality. It's a really cool place to be. And if you ever get a chance to go up on Lake Superior on the South Shore, I definitely recommend stopping there and just checking it out. Finally, the weather was good enough to get on the boat and actually get some hands-on experience operating a sailboat.
How's that this morning?
Doing well. How are you? We're on day 5. It's not a whole lot of action happening. We're going to breakfast.
Usually with this course, you spend most of your time offshore, but the weather wasn't cooperating for the first few days, so we extended the class a couple extra days so we could get offshore. So we grabbed some breakfast before heading over to the grocery store to provision for our overnight sail.
Jelly or the pack?
And we just like how you're taking care of business here. It's like, this is gonna happen.
Get out of my way.
And I honestly don't think we've ever had that much fun grocery shopping.
You good?
You can put all that junk in my trunk. Oh, stuff in my hats. My hats.
I think perhaps we may have overbought for just one night. And just like that, we were off. Our destination was Stockton Island, part of the Apostle Islands, which is located just off the north shore of Wisconsin on Lake Superior. The weather had turned really cold again and was about to rain, so we had to make some time on this 20-mile sail. As we got the sails up, each of us took turns doing different jobs on the boat so we could all get comfortable doing a little bit of everything. I was the last one behind the wheel, and I was loving it. I pretty much volunteered to drive the rest of the way to the island while everybody went downstairs to make lunch, and I had a great time every second of it. Somehow I even got the nickname Helm Hog. Wonder why. This was such a summer of firsts. Everything was new, and it was just such a good time to be out there with everybody, plus just to get a real idea of what it would be like to live on a boat. We had been planning this all summer, and we were really just taking each step towards this bigger world, and it was just so cool. I didn't mind the cold even one bit.
Down there, it's not too like shaky. Yeah. Hi viewers, we're coming to you, not live, because you're probably watching this like 5 months from now. It is September 25th, and we are sailing to Stockton Island from Bayfield, Wisconsin. It's been a little dreary, but we have our rain gear on, so we're toasty. And of course, you know, sailing through the Bahamas when it's 80 and sunny and the water is this turquoise blue, that's got its own attraction too, and I'm looking forward to that, because hopefully that's where I'll be when you're watching this. But this is still really awesome. This is our first real sailing experience, and we're on a massive body of water called Lake Superior. You could jump out of this right now and you could drink all you wanted. Super clean water. Who can say that about the lakes by where they live? The channel name is going to be. Oh, look at this!
Cookie and milk time! Bite it!
I got it! Milk! Milk!
Right.
Where's my milk?
Working on it.
Personally, I just believe I had pretty much the best crew ever that day.
Don't spit it out. Don't spit it out.
I And on a dark and stormy night.
Hi, matey. I need another cookie, Arby's.
We were obviously having too good of a time. And finally we did get to Stockton Island, but it was in the dark after a long day. So we all turned in for a good night's sleep and to get ready for our sail back the next morning. Next morning we woke up to clear skies and blue waters. It was truly a beautiful morning.
This way. Good morning. It is September 26th and we're on Stockton Island, part of the Apostle Islands chain of islands in northern Wisconsin, and it's beautiful. We came in last night at around, I don't know, probably about 8 o'clock and had a bee of a time trying to dock, and luckily there's some other people here on the harbor, which is an unattended harbor right now. It's way past the end of the season, so we came in and kind of heavy winds, so we ended up docking the boat, but not without its own trials and tribulations. And it was dark, so we didn't see what was around us, and now, as you can see, it is just an incredibly beautiful little harbor, and got the boats up.
So unfortunately the forecast called for very heavy winds again that day, so we had to kind of hoof it and motor out of there as quickly as possible in order to get back before the winds really kicked up. Perhaps the best part of the whole class was sailing by this particular stretch of beach on Madeline Island, where my family has been vacationing for over 70 years. I've seen plenty of sailboats from the beach, but I've never seen the beach from a sailboat, and I think it was a very fitting end to a great week. Next time on Sailing on a Whim, we leave the ice-cold snows of Minnesota to go look at a boat and get a survey done, and we do get into a little trouble along the way. We also get to see how Floridians celebrate the holidays. Stay tuned.